What's going on, guys? So this is my post-ride review of the Suzuki V-Strom 800. I got to send a huge shout out to Hunter, Tommy, and the rest of the crew over at Stubbs Cycles for allowing me to bring you this motorcycle. And I'll put a link to the ride-along video in the description. But I gotta forewarn you, I am laughing, giggling. I sound like a kid riding this motorcycle the entire time I'm trying to describe my riding experience in that video. All apologies, but the filter, at least in terms of professionalism, kind of went away. The reason for that is that in a very long time, I have not had the kind of just simple fun riding a motorcycle that I did with the V-Strom 800. And it's for a lot of good reasons. First of all, it's that 776cc parallel twin. It has got an immediate snappy throttle response, and it just jabs you with torque to get you moving forward. It's effortless, and the power never really fades away. It never noses over, so to speak. It's just always pulling until you hit a red line. Very fun engine to ride. I had that experience with the GSX 8R. I was concerned that maybe the weight of the V-Strom might numb a little bit of that riding experience that I had with the GSX 8R. Not at all. It's practically indistinguishable just from a feel point of view. One key thing that I took away though with the V-Strom 800 was just how absolutely flickable and throw-aroundable. Is that even a term? We'll go ahead and use it. That's how that motorcycle felt, in a way that the GSX 8R, quite frankly, didn't. Regardless of what the weight was, the V-Strom just felt more like a dirt bike almost than anything else. And I can't really put it into words. I just felt like a kid when I was riding it, and the power delivery and the overall performance envelope of that motorcycle, it was just perfect as a middleweight sport utility urban assault bike. And I kept thinking the entire time I was riding it that I wanted to get that bike off-road so badly. And I even think I mentioned that at some point in that video, saying I just want to get some air underneath the tires of this bike, because it was such a fun and just, I don't know, just goofy fun experience on a motorcycle. And that brings me to another point. You know, I do understand that the middleweight segment of these adventure bikes is really hot, but there are motorcycles that I feel like fall outside of the range of maybe the spirit of a bike like this. And what I mean by that is the V-Strom, in terms of pricing, checks in at like $9,500, give or take. It's significantly less than a lot of the other motorcycles out in the field that may try to promote power over value. And I got to tell you, the V-Strom, at least from my point of view, encompassed everything that you would want in a motorcycle, from a power to weight ratio, a value perspective, just the overall way that motorcycle got down the road. That was all the fun part for me. Now, what about technology? Well, I got to tell you, the bike's got 3 different ride modes, 3 or 4 different traction control modes. It's got a great looking TFT, a USB port to charge stuff if you need it. It's got a remote rear preload adjuster. I think I mentioned that 3 or 4 times in the ride along video, just because I kept thinking of different scenarios why that would be beneficial on a bike like this. Namely, you can adjust the preload for boxes, a passenger, cargo, whatever you want back there, you can easily adjust it. Anyway, you get the idea. Guys, look, what a neat motorcycle, what a versatile motorcycle, economical also in terms of not only price, but fuel economy. If you take it easy with this bike, it'll easily knock down mid to high 40 mile per gallon numbers. Some guys will probably get even better than that if you're not real aggressive with the throttle. So was there anything that I didn't like about that bike? Well, no, that's the thing. I usually will have some kind of a nitpick about a motorcycle that I ride. Sometimes I'll be a little bit more sensitive to those nitpicks, other times I won't. But in this case, with this motorcycle, guys, if I were to add another motorcycle to my fleet, it would probably be some variant of this motorcycle. And the reason why I say that is, it's not the most powerful in the segment, but it is very affordable. The V-Strom 800 offers up 80 to 90% of the performance envelope that these other more powerful bikes would, but costs maybe only 60 to 70%. See what I mean? The value proposition being there. But the overall riding experience was something that I came away from just wanting more. I just wanted to spend more time with this motorcycle, and I got to tell you, I don't know that there's any higher praise than you can give a machine. And with that, guys, get over to Stubbs Cycles, grab the keys to one of these motorcycles and take it for a spin and see if it does the same thing to you that it did to me. If you're in the market for one of these middleweight sport utility adventure bikes, I got to tell you, I don't think that you could do any better than the V-Strom 800 from a cost, performance, and overall fun riding experience proposition. And with that, guys, I got to wrap it up. Hope to catch you on the next one. Take care.